Okay, so what's happening here? I've got this. I've got these three lovely pedals in front of me here, and well, there's more, but here's what we're doing. We've got a 29 Pedals EUNA, which is a elite Unity amplifier. We've got the Fox Pedals K buffer, and we've got the HX Stomp. So what I want to know is, can we hear a difference between the K buffer and the EUNA versus the Stomp? So basically nothing, right? So if there's nothing going on, no Unity buffer, or Unity amplifier, no buffer, that's one thing, versus the EUNA versus the K buffer. Can you hear those differences? And the way that I've got this going on is I've got the guitar coming into this Spaceman Apollo over here. That's then jumping over to the Big Sky that you see, the Big Sky MX coming into the Stomp. And then I have a block right here that is toggled by this foot switch to do the effects loop, which I have the EUNA and K buffer in. Okay, so how do we split those apart? So I have the K buffer in the effects loop of the EUNA. So I'll have to tell you what these are because these LEDs aren't necessarily visible, but we can do K buffer or EUNA or nothing via Stomp. So let's hear what we have, just our bass tone, so we know what we're working with. These aren't on. These are not in the effects loop. Effects loop is off. So all right, so then that's what our bass line is. If I turn the effects loop on with the EUNA on, this is what it sounds like. K buffer. Nothing. K buffer. EUNA. Okay, so did you hear any differences? Or did you not? You tell me. Now that's with the EUNA has these three toggles that are various harmonics or frequencies that it boosts. So to hear them, let's just do a little thing. So we'll hear them, and eventually we'll have them all on, and then we'll do the same tests again. So. So I think it's this is without looking at the manual. So Jesse, forgive me if I'm wrong. Harmonics, bright, and low. So if they're all on, it's this. Versus nothing. So definitely a difference there between the EUNA being on or off. Let's do this round again and check it out. So with all the switches up, nothing, so just the Stomp, the K buffer, or the EUNA. So this would be the nothing, so just the Stomp. EUNA. K buffer. Nothing. UNA. Okay, so with the switches on, I definitely heard the UNA pop out. And the UNA is kind of designed to really just bring out all of those elements, those frequencies that you quote unquote lose when you have a really long signal chain. So it's basically as if you're not getting tone loss. And I know we're really just running this straight into here. We're not hearing that tone loss. We're not. There's no tone loss because of a long signal chain. So I think that might even emphasize the effects even more because it's literally just boom, straight into there. Now, the K buffer is essentially the buffer from the Klon circuit, and a lot of people will use the Klon circuit, whether it's the original or a clone, with like the gain turned down because they like the sound of it as like a buffer. So that's what the K buffer is. Whether we heard a difference between that being on or off, or basically, meaning K buffer versus off in the stomp, it was a very minimal difference that I could hear. Maybe just enough that it's like, it's a nice little thing, and having this in the front of a longer pedal run might be cool. Now, the UNA at all of these on definitely brought in some harmonics and some tones that were really nice to my ears. With them all off, it became a little bit less noticeable, but still noticeable. So do with that what you will. Is it worth getting a buffer? Is it worth having the UNA? Pop in, let me know what you think, and let me know how this is a terrible way to do the experiment. I want to hear that too. All right, everybody. Until we meet again, thanks. Peace.